Hello, governors. This will be about the Prophet. My Gibran, my Kahlil of the Gibran. And thought you might like this sweet ass background while I read you the rest of this book. While I narrate divinity, making love to your ears. Okay, where do we leave off? Remember him, he's speaking of houses, scattering the houses amongst much larger spaces. He was like, y'all are all like plotted all on top of each other for no reason. And then the weaver said, "Speak to us of clothes." All right, let's start here. I feel like this is where I was. Make sure it's still clear. Okay, man, I'm gonna get a chair, a high chair, like with a little seat. I mean, a little table in front. For a baby. Okay, so the weaver said, "Speak to us of clothes." And he answered, "Your clothes conceal much of your beauty, yet they hide not the unbeautiful. And though you seek in garments the freedom of privacy, you may find in them a harness and a chain. Would that you could meet the sun and the wind with more of your skin and less of your raiment. For the breath of life is in the sunlight, and the hand of life is in the wind. Some of you say it is the north wind who has woven the clothes we wear, 'cause it's cold." And I say aye, it was the north wind, but shame was his loom, and the softening of the sinews was his thread. Dang, I'm gonna have to look that up. Softening of the sinews? What could that mean? If shame was his loom, and softening the sinew, it's got sin in it. Shame and sin's right there. Softening the sin was his thread. Wow. I mean, that, something like that. I think I collapsed it. What do you call it? What do you call it when you take a liquid, a solution in cooking, and you densify it? There's a word. It's a simple word. Not distill. When you're boiling the water out of like a sauce to make it more concentrated. It's tip of my tongue. And I can't just look at my phone right now, can I? Okay, so softening his sin with his thread. And when his work was done, he laughed in the forest. Forget not that modesty is for a shield against the eye of the unclean. And when the unclean shall be no more, what were modesty but a fetter and a fouling of the mind? And forget not that the earth's delight, and forget not that the earth delights to feel your bare feet, and the winds long to play with your hair. I bet it. True. This man only speaks truth, no matter how magical he portrays an iteration of the all. Moving forward, a merchant said, "Speak to us of buying and selling." And he answered and said, "To you the earth yields her fruit, and you shall not want, if you but know how to fill your hands. It is in exchanging the gifts of the earth that you shall find abundance and be satisfied. Yet unless the exchange be in love and kindly justice, it will but lead some to greed and others to hunger. When in the marketplace you toilers of the sea and field and vineyards meet the weavers and the potters and the gatherers of spices, invoke then the master spirit of the earth to come into your midst and sanctify the scales and the reckoning that weighs value against value. And suffer not the barren-handed to take part in your transactions, who would sell their words for your labor. To such men you should say, 'Come with us to the field,' or 'Go with our brothers to the sea and cast your net. For the land and sea shall be bountiful to you, even as it is to us.' And if there comes the singers and dancers and the flute players, buy of their gifts also, for they too are gatherers of fruit and frankincense. And that which they bring, though fashioned of dreams, is raiment and food for your soul." That's me. "And before you leave the marketplace, see that no one has gone his way with empty hands. For the master spirit of the earth shall not sleep peacefully upon the wind until the needs of the least of you are satisfied." The least of us. I judge our societies and our cultures by how we treat the least of us. And I have descended into the space of the least of us to witness life as it is, and have a testimony, to be able. It has only solidified the judgment I would call on the people who would continue to enslave us, who would continue the whole facade as if they weren't taking it all and calling it fair and calling it natural, the success of the fittest, and also their survival. Okay, I'm gonna stop just there for now. Okay, just because I'm like trying to get the lighting and the background stuff a little better. Thank you. More coming soon.